Hello, in this video I shall be discussing or analyzing the topic the zoonotic spillover hypothesis versus the laboratory leak theory of SARS-CoV-2. Zoonotic spillover, it is about animal origin, and laboratory leak is about leakage from a laboratory. So these are the possible two origins that the world is discussing now for investigating about the origin of the SARS-CoV-2, the causative agent of COVID-19. In a recent journal called Science, there is a letter written by David A. Relman team. This is a very important team that is given this job to find out the causative agent, the mutations of the virus, the possible mitigation things related to vaccine and all such things. And this team gave a letter in Science journal, and the letter concluded with just a vague answer of need for further investigation. So there has to be a need for further investigation on the origins of the virus, because we don't know whether it is from any zoonotic spillover or animal, or whether it is from a laboratory. The base for two theories is a single place called Wuhan. It is a city in China. We know this is the place from which the virus has started, and the cases started coming up from this city. In December 2019, on December 30th, the ProMed of China, Program for Monitoring Emerging Diseases of China, notified pneumonia of unknown cause from Wuhan, from this city. So that is the reason we are having possible theories for origin. The first thing is there is a wet market called Hunan Market in Wuhan. So this market should have been the original origin place of the virus, because wet things are sold over there, wet animals are sold over there. So this is the base for zoonotic spillover of the virus. The second thing is there is a virus laboratory in the same place of Wuhan. So this must be the original spot. So this is also a possibility that it is from a laboratory. So this is why we are having two theories of origin to be investigated. We have two important reports to this end. The first one is from World Health Organization team. It says that the laboratory leakage, this hypothesis is a least likely hypothesis. So there is no strong evidence for laboratory leakage. Even an institute called Scripps Research Institute of the USA, it comes up with the cause of the virus or natural mutations. The causes are natural mutations of a progenitor virus. A single virus, it has mutated several times and led to the formation of this SARS-CoV-2 for COVID-19. So this is what the two important reports say, and both of them are orienting towards, as we can see, towards zoonotic spillover or animal origin of the virus. But the experts or the World Health Organization, they come up with a need for fresh inquiry. Because in 2021, from January to February, there was a probe that is called by World Health Assembly. This is the governing forum of World Health Organization. So this called for a probe, and the probe has got no conclusive evidence. The probe, we can't say it is a totally failed probe, but there are no conclusive, strong confirmative evidence for the origin of the virus. So the terms used in the probe are likely to very likely origin of zoonotic spillover, extremely unlikely origin of laboratory. So these two are not confirmatory, but they are assumptions. So there has to be a fresh inquiry to know the origin for sure. So the experts on investigation, they say that this inquiry is very important. This probe is very important because if we come to know that the virus is from a laboratory, we can take some safety measures in labs. We can increase these safety measures in the world, around the world, in all labs, especially the viral labs. As we have seen a lot of a problem with this pandemic, we can take up steps to come up with some safety protocols in the lab. And if we come to know that it is from a pet market, we can prevent animal origin of the pandemic by taking some reforms. So this is what the experts on investigation feel about knowing the origin of the virus. Even the World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros, he says that more work needs to be done on laboratory leak theory. So we are not confirmatory about any theory, but we must emphasize more on the laboratory leak theory, because this is a very, very different and a specific unique kind of virus which the world has not seen so far. So even he observes this. And all of these people are just, to put it in a single phrase, all of them are speaking that the origin is very important for any virus. To know about it is a must. So we cannot come up with likely to unlikely cause or extremely unlikely cause. We cannot come up with such statements, but we must be confirmatory in our knowing of the origin of the virus for the betterment of the situations. To come up with some basis, or to come up with some debatable points about natural origin, we'll see first. SARS-CoV-2 that is causing COVID-19 is similar to a virus in bats called SARS-CoV. So SARS-CoV and COVID-2 they have 96.2% genomic similarity. So this says that they have both a very close similarity in their genomes. So it must be a mutated form of SARS-CoV in bats. Only 4 extra amino acids are present in the spike protein of this present SARS-CoV-2 compared to SARS-CoV. So we can say this is a mutated version, and that must be the natural origin of SARS-CoV-2 which is causing COVID-19. And one another base which speaks against the laboratory leak is that an article from the journal Nature. This was written by K.G. Anderson. The name of the article is Proximal Origin of SARS-CoV-2. In that he writes about natural selection of the host. A virus will naturally select its host. No laboratory can dictate that. So for that he says that the binding of viral protein is done with the binding is done to ACE2 receptors in the host. So this is a virus and this is a host, viral cell and a host. This has got a viral protein that is causing problem, and this has got, and the human cell has got ACE2 receptor. This is a protein to which this viral protein binds up. So this selection of this ACE2 receptor in a human being must be naturally selected by a virus protein or a virus. This cannot be dictated in a laboratory. So there is no purposeful manipulation about SARS-CoV-2. That's what Nature journal speaks. So this is some base which speaks against laboratory leakage. Finally, the theory of natural selection comes up with the natural process of adaptation and spread of the virus. It is not any artificial or laboratory leakage, but it is a natural selection, something done very naturally by the virus. Now we'll see some possibility of laboratory leakage theory. A progenitor virus of SARS-CoV-2 must have been acquired by some scientists, and during the research, during some undetected phase, they would have accidentally gone to transmission to humans, and on time, on spreading from human to human, they would have mutated, and that would have increased the infectivity of the virus. This is a possibility that speaks about laboratory leak. But there are so many substantiating sources to say that this possibility is totally wrong, because there is no progenitor virus to SARS-CoV-2. Even if there are some similar viruses like SARS-CoV and RATG13. So RATG13 is also seen in bats. So these viruses are similar to SARS-CoV-2, but the genetic similarity is very less. They cannot be called as progenitor viruses. And there is also no evidence of cell cultures. For any virus to be transmitted through artificial means or in laboratory, there must be so many cell cultures done in the laboratory, but there is no evidence of such cell cultures. And there must be, before leaving it to the world, there must be experiments on animals, but no such animals are taken. And if such animals have to be selected, those animals must be with ACE2 receptors, because this particular SARS-CoV-2 virus is binding to ACE2 receptors in human beings. So for experimenting, they must fetch an animal with the same receptor, which is very impossible. Whatever is the reason of origin, we are not concluding about the origin, because nobody comes up with a substantiating word or a confirmative origin of the virus. But the focus right now, what we can right now do is, the focus can be about increasing safety. That is, a global framework must be created for safe biological laboratory research. So we don't know whether it has come from the lab or no, but for future avoidance of such things, such possibilities, we must come up with a safer protocols for research in biological laboratories, especially viral laboratories. And even if it is from a zoonotic spillover, if it is a zoonotic origin virus, we must have research on animal hosts like bats, cats, and such animals which are sold for food in wet markets. We must have such research in animal hosts and stop such a sale of such animals. So this is what we can come up with for now as way forward to prevent such kind of pandemics in the world. So this is some analysis about the zoonotic spillover hypothesis and laboratory leak hypothesis of SARS-CoV-2. And this is something about the basic points or basis for our debate. And thank you.